Hello, 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 Entertainment Daily lovers. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is going to be a quick one. We are supposed to do this yesterday, but we've been so busy and we do not have time to go live. Okay, so we will be talking about Coral Beatty's Thanksgiving and Justin Dean. What is going on with Justin Dean right now? Justin Dean asked the question, who wants to hear my story? And I believe a lot of people thought it was just cruise at first, but let me close my jacket properly. But Justin Dean is telling his story. So we will get into all of that. Welcome, Entertainment Daily lovers. And if you are listening to this, or this is just morning, I'm trying to quickly put this out there before I step out of the house. Okay, so because I don't know when I will be coming back in and if I will have the time to sit down and do this with you people. So sorry that you cannot see me, but let's just enjoy this the way you enjoy your podcast. Just throw on your headset, earpiece, whatever, and just listen and drop a comment. Even if you're watching the replay, please do not forget to drop us a comment. Let us know what you think concerning this saga. Okay, this Coral Baby and Justin Dean case, it's been long enough. We're still looking to see when it's going to end, but it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. Okay, so give me a minute. Let me quickly share this to let me share my live stream to hold on. I'll check the sound and we will share. Let me share to my community and we get into the conversation. All right. Okay, so join in. All right. So that's that for that. Okay. So welcome. Thank you all for joining. Let's get into the conversation. All right. So after we've talked about Korobidi's attack and Korobidi explaining how the whole attack happened, and we also discussed the last live stream we did about Korobidi. We were talking about what the attacker said to Korobidi and so many other things that followed and how some people felt about the whole thing. And we also discussed people that were laughing about the whole situation. And I said, in my own opinion, I don't think it is okay for you to laugh when something terrible happened to someone. It is just as a human. You don't have to know the person. The person doesn't have to be your sister, brother, relative, auntie, uncle, whatnot, or from your village, from your state, from your country, from your region, from whatever. It's someone that is or someone else's child. Just because that person is not related to you doesn't mean. So we talk about all of that. You can catch up if you've not seen that live stream. You can catch up with that. So let's quickly talk about Kora Obidi's Thanksgiving. So yes, Kora Obidi, like she said, that she will be carrying her fans along and anyone that is interested in this whole thing that happened to her in the UK. So Kora Obidi showed where she was going to church. Said she would be going to church to give thanksgiving because the situation would have been even worse than what it was. So she needs to go to church and actually give thanksgiving. That makes sense, right? Yeah. So Korobidi dressed up, and as she was dressing up, she was talking, and she said something on that live stream. She was like, "You guys know I'm with my LA mom or something and then she paused immediately and she was like, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep doing this? Why do I even need to tell you people where I am? Sorry, I'm just waking up. So and she was like, why do I even have to tell you people what or where exactly I am? And she said, I think I'm just used to it. That's why. And that makes sense. If you're someone that you've been creating content for a while, then there are certain patterns or certain behavior, certain things that you do, and you're just used to it. For example, if you watch a lot of content creators, when they come, mostly when they're doing live stream, When you come in, their greetings is always not the same. Everybody don't come in greeting their audience the same way. Some people have the kind of things that they say to their audience immediately they turn on their live stream, or even on a sit down video. So I think that that's what is actually happening to Koro Bidi, because she started by always telling her viewers, her audience, where she is, what she's doing, everything. Up until now that this attack happened, it is now very difficult for Koro Bidi to change that habit, because it's now a habit, right? So it's very difficult. So I love the fact that she was able to stop and remind herself that, well, since this thing has gone from cyberbullying to physical attack, it's time to start taking it more serious and being more careful. I don't need to tell everybody where I am exactly so people can find me, because I believe she must have said that. I didn't watch her previous live stream before that attack live stream, so I don't know, but I believe she made the same mistake where she must have said it casually, as she always does, saying where she is, what she's doing, and where she's going, uh, and stuff like that. So I think that's what resulted, because how did the person find where she was? She would have mentioned it, right? So I think if Cora needs to sing it as a song, Cora Bidi should actually sing it as a song. So she will keep reminding herself that, well, this is a habit I have to drop, okay? Because I've seen what happened. So I know that something worse can actually happen. So that's that. She went to church and did her Thanksgiving. And I think that was great, because when something bad happens and something that could have been even worse, and it didn't really play out the way the enemy or the enemies planned it to be, it is something that is worth for you to go to church and say thank God, and let believers, let your fellow believers join their faith with yours and say thank you to God Almighty for protection. Because at the end of the day, those little girls need their mom. Nancy, their father, and her family back home needs her. People that enjoy her music needs her to be alive so she could keep making good music. So it is worth saying thank God. All right. So that being said, Justin Dean posted about this Kora's issue. When this attack happened, Justin posted about it, talking about how he thinks it's just celebrities stuff. So I will go over to Facebook. So we're going to be reading word for word from Justin's page, so we don't misquote Justin Dean. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, I'm trying to pull up Justin's because he's done a lot of videos already. So, but I want to go back, okay, a little bit. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, so after Cora's attack, this was the first thing Justin posted, and we're going to read it now. Justin said, "A common tactic among celebrities to stay relevant is to stage robberies, assault, or anything else to drum up views. This has gone too far." And then under that comment, he actually dropped a link to something and a screenshot and posted, and he kept saying, "People are blaming me, and I'm tired of the crazy smear campaign from hell. Now that I defend myself, you're all mad." Sake Jesus. All right. So Justin Dean have actually been stating that he's not going to be quiet. Okay. So I want us to take this gradually. Okay, so we totally get this. He posted a video where he talked about silent protest to cyber bullies. Then 2 days ago he posted this. He said, "Today was a great day." And then one day ago, Justin Dean posted this. Back in 2021, this camera, it's actually a photo of a digital camera, actually a Sony digital camera from what I see in the photo that he posted. Okay. So let's get into all of this. He said, back in 2021, this camera disappeared from 3 months due to a suspected break in. I was freaked out. 10K US dollar in Facebook stars. Later, I found it hidden in the attic with no explanation. Continued. Scamming is a lifestyle in these Facebook streets, and y'all fall for it every time. Okay. That's Justin talking, okay? Hmm. So when you go to the comment section, it is so much hello, hello, hello. I say it. Justin didn't need to get a job and stop joining the status of men who blame women for all their problems. I say it at this point, I do not know what to say about what Justin is doing. Seriously, you know why? And when you say these things, some people feel like you're taking sides, or you don't see that Justin Dean is the victim in all of this. Let us go back a little bit. Let us just go back a little bit. Justin Dean brought this because we're going to get there, you guys. We're taking it step by step. Okay, so maybe I don't know, 20, 30 minutes or up to an hour. I don't know if I have up to an hour, but whatever, I'll try to give you as much information about what Justin Dean is doing now. I don't think I want to play his videos, so his people will not come in and say they want to buy. I'm actually on his Facebook page, and I've watched all the videos to the last part that he just posted. That is shows few hours ago, my time. Okay, I think right now in the US it's still night. I think the people are still sleeping and stuffs like that. But anyways, Justin Dean was the one that came out because now for this full is that Kora wrote a book, right? So he's granting an interview. Well, I'm saying he's granting an interview, but he's the one interviewing himself, okay? Because he has done over 4 parts right now on Facebook. I will count them in a bit. But seriously, I say it is very correct. But like, get busy. And on his live stream, on one of the videos, he actually said it that he's very busy from doing this, doing that. He does not have time to come online and be doing all of this. But then I'm just thinking, when the marriage went south, you knew you were out because according to you, Korra is manipulative, Korra is terrible, Korra is mean, she's everything that one can think of. She's a deceiver. Just so many things. I'm trying to remember some of the things he has said. So you knew you were done. Like you tried. According to one of his videos, he said the only thing he wanted was 10 minutes of Korra's time, and Korra didn't want to give him any attention after Korra was bombarded. But we're going to get into that video. So, but I want to explain this. He came out and he said that the blogs are dragging him, right? And that most of the blogs are Nigerian blogs. So it's almost like all these Nigerian people that wants to uh, drag and insult a white man. That's how he said it too. And then another video, he said he's not a racist. That most of his friends, he's mostly attracted to black women. Most of his friends are black women, Nigerians, Africans, black in general. He also has white friends, but the majority of his friends are also black. So he's not a racist because some people are calling him racist. One. Then he said when he was getting married that his father, he came with his mother, which he later found out that in the African culture it is strange because it's the father that escorts the son to go get or accompanies the son to go marry a wife. But in his case, it was his mom that came down to Nigeria when him and Koro Obidi did their traditional marriage. So he said that he later found out that that was weird. But then he explained the reason why he came with his mom instead of his dad. And he said his dad is not the kind of person that really wants to ever visit Africa. What did that one tell you? If your ear not get sense, you not get sense. If you know the ear, you know the ear. Clean your ear well. Only you say you know be racist. Only you they put your whole family for. one corner, one corner. What's that song again from Ghana? And I'm saying, one corner, one corner. You get. But the point I was trying to make before I even started explaining all of this is Justin Dean was the one that brought out his marriage issues outside. So now blaming the Nigerian, according to him, over 90 blogs from Nigeria. Right, over 90 blogs from Nigeria are talking about him. Jesus Christ, are you serious? Are you kidding me? 90 blogs from Nigeria or Africa don't have anything else to discuss. They're discussing Justin Dean. I think the guy is just exaggerating, but let's set that aside. So Justin Dean was the one that actually came out to put Korra on blast and said he was tired of of his marriage, as I then said this marriage, and he was getting out. He's getting a divorce and whatnot. So my point is, if Justin Dean did not come out after Korra did whatever Korra did that was so terrible that he has been tolerating, and he got to this point that this is his breaking point. You can't deal anymore. Like enough is enough with this woman with bad character, bad behavior, and everything terrible person, and you're out. Don't you just go speak to your family, her family? Okay, we're done with this marriage, we're going our separate ways, and you go straight to the courthouse and actually, get a divorce, whichever way you do it in the US. If you people got married in the US also, you do that. Then the next thing is tell Kora Obidi to call her family. If she won't, then you contact her family, because you are the in-law, so you should be able to have Kora Obidi's father's number. You should be able to have Nancy, the sister's number, or it shouldn't even be difficult for you to find it. Contact the family and tell them that this is what you want to do. Because traditionally, I believe they would have explained to you, because that's how they do it in Nigeria. Okay, when you're getting married to someone, everything you need to know will be explained to you. And also, you will hear things that you just cannot wake up one day and say, I don't want to marry anymore and I don't want to this. You have to talk to the family. You have to come back and collect the bride price that you paid on the person's head. Because if you don't collect it, then you're still married to that person. The bride price has to be returned. So Justin Dean is supposed to ask Kora Obidi to contact the family. And if Kora refuses, because probably she wants to stay in the marriage, since he's done and done and done and he cannot deal with the nonsense anymore, he's supposed to contact Kora Obidi's family, speak to Kora Obidi's dad, and they will return the bride price. So looking at this whole thing, that's how this would have been done. I'm just explaining to you people how this whole mess wouldn't have been online. And these so-called 90 blogs that he's claiming that are from Nigeria, the Nigerians are just out there bashing people. Nigeria, we already have bad reputation of scamming and whatnot, and Kora Obidi was scamming. Anyway, we'll get into all of that. Just give me a bit, because I don't want us to mix it up. Let's just go step by step as Justin is dropping it. Let's follow him the way he's dropping it, because he said he doesn't know if this is going to be a 20-part series. Okay, so far I think he's done 4 or 5 videos already. They are all on his Facebook. His Facebook is verified, and you will see Justin sitting in front of his device talking, so you know that is him. Okay, that is talking. All right. So if Justin had done it that way, discussed, had conversation with the family, gone to the courthouse in the US, got his divorce and everything, then the only thing that he would have, since he said she started in China, he was the one that started this whole thing for her, this her internet sensation and all of that, he started. So since you're that, then the only thing you should have done is disassociate yourself from this whole thing. Since you said Nigerians are known for scamming, and Kora Obidi and her brother-in-law, or be somebody in the family, they did some krukere movements in China that got her there, that she was lying that she was from Salt Lake City, and he said he asked her she was a Mormon and she didn't know what the Mormon was, and he knew she was lying. Anyway, he's spilling, okay? Just as Korra wrote a book, Justin is doing his own, but via live stream on Facebook. Okay, he's telling his own part of the story now. So, although he said he needs an apology, and if an apology comes, he will stop. So, the very last video he did, which is few hours ago, the last time I checked it, He said in that video, as on that live stream, as he started, he said, I still have not received any apologies, so we will keep talking, right? So I say that Justin does not care about his daughter's mental health at all. Silence is golden. He's causing a lot of trauma to the girls. Well, I say Justin doesn't see it that way, because on this last live stream he did, he said, or the one before this one, he said he is actually talking now because he needs to clear his name, because his children will grow up and they will see this, and they need to know that their mother is the one bullying their father. Their mother is the terrible one, like their mother is the bad person, and not him. That he needs to clear the air, because Koro Bidi has all these bloggers, according to him, 90 bloggers from Nigeria that are busy trying to send this white man to you guys hearing white man, this is not my words, okay, it's the word of Justin Thing. I don't know how he felt that because a person from Nigeria is maybe talking about him, or let's say even dragging him or insulting him, that he needs to describe himself as a white man, not as a human being, as a person. You have to bring color into the whole thing, you have to bring race into the whole thing. It goes to show how Justin Dean thinks. Because a lot, I've watched all the videos, like I told you people so far. I'm waiting for the next, because he said it might be 20-part series. And since we've already started talking about the whole thing, I would love to follow. If Justin will do 100-part series, I will follow all the 100 parts, and I'll bring it here for you guys to listen to, because some people just don't have the time to go look for Justin on Facebook. I say it said, how can you co-parent healthily while doing all this? The toxicity will be present as you care for them. Haba. He said the only thing he wants is to co-parent in peace. He doesn't want any issues. He wishes her well. He tells people to go support her if that's what they want to do. But Kora is not letting them to co-parent in peace. So in Justin's opinion, it's Kora that is not wanting to have that peaceful co-parenting. That's what Justin's saying. Okay, so I want us to really understand this. And those people that support Justin, I see my previous live streams. I see that some of you are coming in there, trying to drag. This one is saying, the other one, they're trying to sound like you're insulting. It is very funny, because I feel like Justin Dean is out here crying and talking about how 90 blogs in Nigeria are dragging a white man, and then his supporters are doing the same thing. I came on here, spoke about the both of them, talked about what he did wrong, and people want to pretend that they don't see where Justin Dean went wrong. And on his own live stream, he keeps saying, according to him, he has not reached that part, but he said he's going to get to the part where he will have to bash himself also, where he will, and he made a statement. He said he got to a point where his relationship was so toxic that he needed to also be toxic in order to be in a toxic relationship. So Justin is not even denying that there are things he did wrong. He has said it himself. But if you say it, his people will not come and start attacking. Like comments I saw on my previous life, someone was talking about go get a wig. The other one said, why not wear your natural hair if you're this, if you're that? Let me put this out here for some of you that don't know. If when you talk about hair, you cannot talk about hair with an African person, okay? Nobody has the volume of hair that a person of color has, okay? We have got hair. It is giant, it is massive. Okay, so if it's hair, we've got hair. But playing with wigs also is very fun. And for those of you that do not know, maybe I can give you the name of my other channel so you can go there and see me. You can see me on my low cut, rocking my short hair and having it. So anybody that thinks that they are trying to come shading me, look, I don't have 5 strands of hair on my head, okay? I've got hair, okay? I'm rocking my low cut, and I love bright colors, and I cannot paint my hair back to back, because I guess some of you don't understand anything about hair and the beauty world and whatnot. So yes, you cannot tint. So I cannot tint my hair blue today, tint it tomorrow pink, then purple, and all of that. And if I decide to use spray and all of that, I'm going to stain my pillows and whatnot at home. No, I don't don't want that. So I just rock my different colors of wigs. That makes it easy. So those of you coming with that shade, find something else, okay? Find something else. It is so funny because I've got a lot of hair on my head, so it doesn't hurt. I say it said he's a narcissist only concerned about him looking good. He should remember it is not about him, but the girls first, and suck up your ego. You're so correct. It is about the kids first before anything else. And that's what he should understand. And I feel like he shouldn't have even said anything concerning this Korra's attack, because if he had not said anything, I don't think people would have been attacking him the way they're even attacking him now. Although he said people were saying that he was the one that did. When you sounded the way you made statements online that made people to think that you did this attack. But if you know that you are innocent, shouldn't you be praying that the British government should investigate properly and come out so you will be vindicated? Because when the corporate are caught, or the culprit is caught, then you will be vindicated for sure. You're innocent. They say a clear conscience fears no accusation. The many parents have been in this situation. They put the children first to protect them. Absolutely. And we also have so many parents have been in this situation and they didn't care about their kids. And we've seen terrible things happening to kids because they get to a certain age and they feel like they go to mom, no peace, they go to dad, no peace, mom and dad keeps fighting and this and that and that. And some of them will now go and force to take harmful substance, that some don't make it out alive. They will drop a note and then the parents start regretting for the rest of their life. That's what Justin just doesn't understand. And when we keep saying Justin, it's because Korra doesn't talk about him. She wrote the book, that's it. That was her own statement. She wrote her book, wrote her truth according. She said that's her truth. That's what Korra said. That's my truth. So Justin, if you think there is a whole lot you want to say, go put it in a book, in a movie, any way you want to tell that story and let it rest and leave it alone. Don't wait for everything. Korra rented an apartment. You came online and you were screaming. She is so selfish. She has so much money. She rented that small apartment. How is that apartment supposed to be enough? Wait, did the people that are supposed to check that the kids are okay, what they call them, social services or whatnot, since people are getting a different hot mess and the court or whatever, did they check the apartment and say the apartment is not conducive for little children? But no, you came out and you started screaming. You people should not be deceived. Koro Bidi has got money. She can buy, she can rent a bigger place if she wants. This one, that one. Nobody needs to hear that. Nobody needs to know that. You just always find a way to directly or indirectly insert yourself in what concerns Korra. And we don't see Korra doing much of that. We don't see Korra inserting herself in what you do or what you do not do. You rented your giant mansion. I did not see her talking about, oh, and now he wants to go and live in a big place. Oh, like she just mind her business, dancing, singing, doing her Facebook thing. You too, try your best to mind your business. Anyway, back to what we're saying. So I don't feel pity for, because Justin wants people to feel sorry for Justin, but Justin failed to understand that this is all his fault. And until Justin can admit that he actually caused this whole problem, and the problem I'm talking about is the internet dragging, that he's talking that 90 blogs in Nigeria wants to drag a white man. Like, say Nigerian people never see white men before. Like, seriously. You're not the first an American to get married to a Nigerian. We have millions of such marriages, and people that some of the children are even older than Justin in age. Some of the you understand. So it's not today that foreigners have been doing things. So what is that he's making it look like Nigerians don't like white people and they want to drag white people. Makes me even more pissed off that we have those idiots that and I don't like using words like this, but that's just the truth. We have those idiots that think they want to support him because they've not got they don't have understanding. They don't have understanding. You don't see who this man is. Only am I go open him mouth or say no be racist, but only I'm waiting they come out from him mouth. You go no say they run for their family. So carry on. If this ain't go like you, now you be the mumu. The joke is on you. So Justin came out and published all this thing because Justin thought that the few things he knew about the African culture or the Nigerian culture, that he will use it against Kora Obidi and the internet will go against her. And that will be the end of Kora Obidi's online, whatever she's doing. But what Justin Dean forgot about was the fact that putting your business out there is going to bring some backlash at you, and you are going to receive some backlash also. It's not only going to be Korra. Yes, Korra will be dragged, but it's not going to be just Korra. And that's where Justin Dean miscalculated. And now he feels like the internet are bashing him. He feels like Korra is sending people to drag him to do all of this. He feels like people from Korra's country are just out there to destroy him. And he kept saying this in his videos. And not for once did I hear Justin. Justin has the lady, the Nigerian lady that is also almost from the same place with Korra Obidi. Y'all, you people, you all know her. And the other ones that I don't know where they are even from. Some of them I've not even said, I've heard their names. But all these Justin supporters that are Nigerians, I did not see him actually saying, look, okay, some Nigerians are doing this, but I also have some Nigerians supporting me. But he's making it look like, oh, 90 blogs, Nigerians are dragging him. He's not making it look like, he's not telling us those people in the UK that supports him that are also Nigerians, that they've been dragging Korra, insulting Korra, saying all manner of about Korra, rooting for him. He's not saying that. He only wants to say, oh, this Nigerian want to drag a white man. Let's leave Nigeria out of the case. We also have other blacks from other parts, from the Caribbean, name it, in the US, UK, every other place where you can find black people or people of color that supports Justin Dean. But in these videos that he's dropping, he's not coming out to say, oh well, we still have people of color, we still have only when he said he has friends, when he was trying to explain that he's not a racist, that some people are calling him a racist, that he's not a racist because he is only attracted. Just because you're attracted to black women does not mean that you cannot be a racist. Okay, it doesn't mean that you cannot be a racist. And let's not get in deep into that conversation. Of course, now who don't know, I no know. Do you get who don't know, now I no know now. Okay, but not be person like me. And I wanted that talk. Okay, moving on. So Justin Dean should actually pause and actually come out and apologize for him bringing his family business, his private business to the general public. Because if you did not shine the torchlight on your family business, none of us online would have known. And the only thing that the internet would have known is that Kora Obidi was married to an American called Justin Dean, that is a chiropractor, and they were married for so and so years. And then the Justin Dean came out and announced that this was the end of their marriage. So they are now divorced and they are co-parenting their two children. That's all people would have known. And then words on the street would have been, oh, what went wrong? People, speculation will be there. People will try to, content creators, people that talk about celebrity public figures and stuff like that would discuss them, because Korra is now a public figure. Justin Dean is trying to build something, okay? After the crashing of their marriage, now he has a presence on Facebook also with a huge number of following also. But then people will talk about them for that reason, but they will not have enough evidence that will lead to this dragging and whatnot, that he's saying if he was not a strong man, he would have actually taken himself out of this world, that he's actually speaking for men. That no, you're not speaking for men, talking about how what Korra is doing is taking from women that were really in abusive relationship, because Korra was not. Like, you contradict yourself also. He's talking about Korra contradicting herself, but you too, you're also contradicting yourself, because in your video you said it from your own mouth that um how did he even put it again? He said it that he's going to be bashing himself also, because there are things that he did wrong, but that one people need to understand that in order for you to be in a toxic relationship, you too, you have to be toxic at some point. So what does that tell you? So if she's saying she was in a toxic relationship, you have just confirmed that it was toxic. But then that you're saying she's taking away from people that were in toxic relationship and they're trying to come out and get help, and want the society to believe them that because Korra was not in a toxic relationship, you didn't lay hand on her, you didn't do anything that she was saying, that she's a liar and she's taking away from those or the women. All right. But if you had not presented your case for the whole world to see, doing videos part by part, just the way he's doing now. But if you ask me what Justin is doing now, is what, since he decided he was going to do that, that's what he should have done. Come out and tell your full story and rest. You're divorced now, you're co-parenting. There's no need for you to be talking about Kora Obidi or putting your eyes. Even if somebody comes to tell you what Kora Obidi is doing, tell the person, I don't care. Like, I don't care. That chapter in my life is closed. The only chapter that is open for both of us to is for both of us to co-parent until these kids are grown enough to go their ways where we don't have to, and that's it. So please, if what you're trying to tell me does not have anything to do with my kids, or I don't care. If it has to do with their mom, I don't care. I don't want to know. I'm done, and I'm done. I've moved on. She has. And please, you people respect it. If you're my friends, if you love me, if you care about me, if you're my supporters, if you're my fans, don't tell me about Korra. I don't want to hear. That's what he should have done. But that's not what he did. He would throw shade when he wants to throw shade, and he doesn't expect he doesn't expect that people should say anything. So he talked about this camera stuff of how scamming is now a lifestyle, how this digital camera went missing, and then he found it later in the Arctic, whatnot. Okay, so then one day ago, Justin Dean posted this. He said, let's read it. He said, "Who wants to hear my story? I'm tired of the harassment and lies." Everybody was still thinking, what is Justin going to say now? And Justin dropped a comment in the comment section where he said, "Who wants to hear my story?" And this is what Justin said. He said, "Time to expose a monster." Ah. So some persons are telling him, "Justin, we're all ears, we're listening, we want to hear." Another person said, "Justin, I would love to." Okay, when he asked who wants to hear his story. So time to expose a monster in his own words. Check his Facebook. I have his Facebook open, so you can go to Justin's Facebook also, and you will see everything that I'm speaking about here. I'm not making up anything. Mm. So some persons are of the opinion that he shouldn't say anything, that whether he says the truth or not, he will still be criticized. But I think even before Justin Dean posted this thing one day ago, he had already made up his mind that he was going to actually start making these videos. Okay, so I say it said, so he wants to bash himself as an opportunity to bash his ex. We have seen the psychological abuse all before Justin. Oh God, oh, Justice said people supporting Koro Billy are not smart. That if you have below, what did he say? Six what? How did he even say that thing? Justin is so funny that sometimes I just feel like people should not even take whatever Justin is doing serious, because the man funny die. Seriously, the way he talks. So after he posted that "Who wants to hear my story" one day ago was when he started his live streams. The first one he did, it says 16 hours ago. He titled it Preface, and he spoke about it. Like I said, I would have loved for you people to hear it, but I don't want to play his sound here, so his people will not have anything to come here and say, "Let's report this because you're using his content, his voice is heard in your page," or one thing. No. So please, if you want to hear, go to his Facebook and watch the videos. But as he keeps dropping the videos, I will watch, listen to everything, and I will come and tell you people how far the story is going. So he started from the very beginning. Now, a lot of people were of the opinion that it was Justin that went to Africa and brought Korra to the US. How dare Korra do this? How dare Korra do that? So I love it. Kudos to Justin Lin that he was truthful enough to say they met in China, because that's what Korra also said. They met in China. Okay. So that's how he started the story from their China days. So after the first video that he posted, The second video says 15 hours. The second part said 15 hours ago, and he titled this one, My Backstory, the Things I Love and What Drives Me as a Human. He posted another one, China, the love bombing phase. You need to listen, even if you won't watch any other one. This love bombing phase, you people have to go listen to that one, even if you don't want to listen to any other one. Okay, any other of Justin's video. I really wish that people are reasonable enough to understand that when you put your business out here, people are allowed to talk about it. And not everybody will always agree with everything you're saying, and that is okay. And on YouTube also, they have something they call fair use. But because some people are just so evil, they will want to, because you're not speaking in favor of their Justin, they will want to go and repost. That's the reason why I won't play any of the sound here. So Justin Dean was eating his tuna, and he was talking about the love bombing phase in China, him and Koro Obidi. I'm going to tell you people what all the stuff that he said. So after that one, he posted another one 10 hours ago, and he titled it part 4 of he said part 4 of telling my survival story. Wedding, licking an old man's nyash. Justin is shading. Okay, for those of you that do not understand what nyash is, nyash means butt, so licking an old man's butt. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That is shade, like full shade to Koro Obidi with this title he did, because Koro Obidi, if you read Koro Obidi's book that she wrote, yes, Koro Obidi talked about a rich merchant and whatnot and all of that. So that's why Justin is titling this part, because he also discussed that part when he talked about Koro Obidi's cheating. Okay, so he spoke about that. And when he tried to prove that Koro Obidi was a liar, that she said she was RAPE, I don't want to say the word because of YouTube, by someone that he knows about one. But when he read Koro Obidi's book, he saw where Kora was saying she was RAPE by several group of people and whatnot, that, was trying to prove that she was lying. So anyway, that's why he titled this the part 4 of his live stream as part 4 of telling my survival story, wedding. So he talked about his wedding in Nigeria, and he also then he said licking an old man's nyash, moving to LA, and getting cheated on just after our traditional wedding. That's part 4. Okay, so he posted another video when he said home cooked meal. Okay, I saw my more, like maybe somebody cooked something for him. So Justin Dean is actually giving a series that he said it will be very, very long. So let's wait for what is going to come out next from Justin Dean while we discuss what he already released out there. Okay, so sorry. Okay, let me put my phone away so we can talk now. So Justin Dean in his live stream started by saying where he was from in the US, in the he kept referring to a small town boy, something. He left from there, went to China to work. He got a good salary, lived in a good area. Kora lived somewhere there. Some of these Oyibo people, child God, on our ancestors, I shall never be well with them. Oh. They really make on a feel be something. Some of them. So, again, oh God, this type of thing should not. It should, if you are a Nigerian person or an African or black, but this type of thing should not piss you off or anything. Oh. Just laugh and let it go. Make people they deceive themselves to say they don't arrive, or you be thinking you're better than someone out there. If you know, you know. This is YouTube. I can't say much. Okay, so he talked about how he went a good job. He was working, teaching. He had few hours, maybe 2 hours or something like that, of working. Just few hours, if I'm not- if I don't remember correctly, if he said 2 hours or more, but just he had a lot of free time because he was just working for few hours. Then he had all day for himself, and he was in a strange, a foreign land, and he didn't the language barrier and all of that. So he was looking for someone that will I had someone to talk to, have friends or something. So he said he went on Tinder. He made friends, female, some from Nigeria, people from other places, but that speaks English like him. So at least he has people to talk to. He saw people to hang out with, and that now made China a bit fun for him because now he's got his own little crowd. And there was also, I think he said, a Nigerian lady that speaks good Mandarin, so the person was blasting the Chinese language away, would speak it very well. So he said that was very helpful. Also, when they want to do certain things and they need someone that can speak or translate, uh, that friend was very useful for them also, him especially, that didn't know how to speak Mandarin. So then after a while, he was on a nightclub, or I think he said he met Kora in a nightclub or something. She could dance, and he said he is not even going to take that away from her. That Kora has got that stage performance. She's a good performer. She can dance. She can do all sort of. They go talking, and Kora said music is her thing. She wants to do music, and she had put out the music that he said flopped woefully, and she gave at that point she said she was giving up on her music career. She wasn't going to do that anymore because the music she was expecting it was going to do something. So she got a job, and she was teaching English in Chinese school. So that's where the scamming and the Nigerians being known for scamming thing statement came in. And he said Kora was teaching in a school teaching English, but when Cora introduced herself to him, she introduced herself as someone from Salt Lake City or one of those cities in the US or something. But I think it's a place that the Mormon church is big, so there's no way if you're from there you won't know. But he said that's the first thing. Immediately she mentioned that place, he now asked her if she's a Mormon. She said what was like what is that? So he said immediately he knew she was not an American. So when they got talking, she now explained to him why she tells people that she's from the US, that because the Chinese schools, these Asians too, they are on their body. And them and these other people, they do competition who go wicked pass. Anyways, let's continue with Justin's story. So excuse me, so Justin she now explained to him that they will mostly employ someone with an American accent or any other accent or something, like maybe the British accent, American accent, and so stuff like that. So she's got an American accent, so she just passes herself as an American so she can get the job and work. And he was like, yeah, he understood that. Anyway, that should have been maybe a yellow flag or something. But anyways, he understand that one has to hustle and do what one has to do, and that she was brought to the she was sponsored to China by someone, brother-in-law, wanting like something in the family. So she has to pay that person back. So she was paying that person 500 from the I don't know how much salary he had mentioned that she was making actually, whether 2,000 or so. So he said her dream was to work, save up, and buy a house in Lagos, and she really wanted to do music. But at this point that she saw it wasn't going, she just, so they were hanging out a lot. According to him, he had few. So where Cora was staying to where he was staying was not so close, maybe an hour or so. So they would just catch the train ride. So most times he would go see her after he's done from work. He has the rest of the day free to himself, so he will go see Cora, or Cora sometimes will come see him. And they were that he was at some point, a few weeks I think he said, into this whole thing. I'll be 3 months or so, or what? I'll be around 3 weeks or 3 months or so, somewhere around there. He said he noticed that he was really madly in love with Korra. So that's what he's talking about. The love bombarding face. So Koro Obidi uh, did everything that Koro Obidi paid attention to him. Koro Obidi showered love, respect, and everything on him. So when Koro Obidi wanted to give up, he said he was someone that has already achieved a lot. Dako, you're welcome. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for joining. Dako says, so that man, after long 3 years, he still have a story to tell. He can lie for the world. I see mental abuse against the girl all because he thinks she's black. Oh, beg. Ah, you have to go and check all those videos that Justin, he has said it to that it might be 20-part series. So you people buckle up and get ready. Korra wrote a book. Me, I feel like I don't have anything against him for telling this story, but I feel like this story he's telling now, he should have told this story in the beginning because he was the one that brought out the marriage issues to the public. So I feel like that was the time that Justin had the opportunity to give us the full story. And then he will not, because if he had done so, then maybe there will not be these 90 blocks that I don't know where they are. At least if he would have listed all the 90 blocks for us, at least slowly we can go, because he said it's Nigerian. They are Nigerians, that right, that owns this block. So if he could list all these 90 blocks for us, we can go one by one and start watching the 90 blocks and seeing how they are bashing and dragging Justin Dean. And maybe we can plead with them to leave him alone because seriously, maybe if they leave Justin, he's going to leave Korra alone also. But he's just saying these things that we have these 90 blocks from Nigeria that wants to drag a white man. I'm like, now what? So if he had told us this story from the beginning, I feel like we won't even be here. We won't be discussing all these things now because everybody would have understood the story from the beginning. Okay, because that would have been his own side of the story, the full story. Then fast forward to when Cora now wrote her book telling her own part. We would have gotten the story from both of them. And we all know that there is one this person's story, the other person's story, and the truth. So from there, everybody will draw their own conclusion to see who is exaggerating, who is not telling all, who is actually trying to be the good one, or are they both guilty? Are they both to be blamed? All of those things we would have been able to get from both of them presenting the full story. He actually brought this whole thing out, he brought her out. She didn't want to come out, and he kept talking and talking and talking. So now that Justin is feeling like there is now 90 blogs from Nigeria that are busy dragging his name, so it's time for him to tell all. It's time for him to expose the monster. I don't understand. I don't understand. Tell your story and let people listen to your story and come to a conclusion that yes, indeed, Korra was a monster. But you coming out even before telling the story, you said time to expose a monster. Why are you making that decision for us? Are we not grown enough to be able to listen and understand something by ourselves and come to that conclusion by ourselves? Obeng said this is a big time narcissist at play and it's no joke. Ha. But I don't think there's going to be any stopping anytime soon from the way Justin is going because people have said what they have said, and him coming out, I think he should have known. And this goes to anybody out there too. If you're going to bring your family business to social media, know that social media, it's not going to help you heal. Social media is not going to help you fix that family issues. It is only going to make it worse. So I don't know why Justin Dean felt like he is going to sell this thing and everybody's going to buy into it, and he will be the good one that not even one single person will be able to call him out or see through the story that he was telling. I don't know how he came to that conclusion and picked up that phone to make that first video that he posted online. So back to the story. So he said they will go back and forth, meeting each other, hanging out. Remember, at this point, according to him, Korra have already given up on her dreams of being a singer because her album, Abi, her new song had flopped. That if she featured who or something like that. And remember, Korra was owing a, let's call the person a family member, because the way he described it, whether it's sisters, husbands, brother, something, so either in-law but family, because your in-laws are also family. So, well, in Africa, yeah, your in-laws are also family. So Cora has to pay this person, according to him, 500, because maybe it's a certain huge amount of money that the person used to sponsor Cora to go to China. So Cora is paying 500 from her salary, maybe every month or every other month, to clear that debt. So she knew that she needed a job, so hence she got that job. And according to him, that it was this person that sponsored Cora to China that also helped her to do that scamming paper. That and Nigeria, we are collecting woto from Justin Dean, seriously. But you people should not be angry. Just let it go, let it slide. So he said that it was the guy that helped Cora to do that scamming paper and whatnot, that pretended that she was from the United States. Okay, so I say it. I'll be taking comments as we're having this conversation. Okay, we're just here to discuss and have and just analyze what is going on. Okay, so I say it said he can't come out direct with his story as there is no story. If he had evidence, he would not hesitate to reveal it. I say it. He said he does, oh, but he said he's going to be telling this story part by part to see if he's going to get an apology. And I think the first apology Justin is looking for is it's an apology from Kora Obidi, the ex, and maybe he will stop. But he's saying he's got evidence, text messages, voice notes, and things like that that he will present when he gets to that part. So that's why he said this might be a 20-part series uh, storytelling that he doesn't know but he's going to tell the story from the beginning to the very last minute where their marriage crashed and divorce and whatnot. That he's not going to skip anything. He's going to be part by part and he will be telling it all. So if he gets to that level where voice notes and text messages start coming out and whatnot, and Cora have not apologized yet. He has not. He said, if I've not received, because when he said this his last video, so he said, I've not received any apology yet, so we continue. So he continued his gist. So if he gets to that point and Cora still did not apologize to him for, I don't know what for, maybe the alleged cheating that he's saying she's a serial cheater and she cheated so many times, maybe for that, then I don't know, or maybe he wants Cora to go and tell the 90 blogs that only him knows how he found them, the 90 blogs from Nigeria that are dragging the white man, according to him, to stop. So if Cora would do that, maybe he will stop telling the story. So if Cora doesn't, which Cora doesn't look like someone that pays attention to anything that Justin is doing. She's just doing her content and living her life. So I don't know if she will be apologizing for what. I really don't know what she will be apologizing for, but that's what he's saying. So I don't know if she will be apologizing, and if she doesn't, we will get to that point. I think he's going to release some stuffs. I think Justin will. That's Justin for you. Justin, that man not get shame. That man not get joy. Seriously. So Justin will. When he gets to that point, he will. Obeng Dako said, I think the solution is Cora fighting for her kids and move to another state. Oops. I don't think so, Obeng. That's gonna make situation Abi hey, Obeng, I beg go. You want make this man joke by her? Hmm. Obeng, I don't know if you understand pidgin. I don't know if you understand, but I'm just trying to code some of the words because of this thing. But trust me, that will not be a solution. Let them just co-parent, and that's it. Anything that will lead to one person having full custody is going to escalate. Now acid them pour for face with knife stab. It will be worse than that if that happens. really. The I think for me, I think the solution to this is for Justin and his fans, those people that he really loves and listens to, they can actually do this for him if they truly love him and want him to have peace, is to make Justin understand that this whole thing is his fault 110%. Because remember, he posted the very first video of their marriage problems on the internet. It took how many videos of Justin after before Korra opened her mouth and say the first thing that she said about her marriage? The sister, everybody was saying they're trying to sort it, family is trying to settle it, and we know that that is what a Nigerian family would do. I don't know for the Americans, because from what I see, they don't look like people that really, like, no, they don't, like, they're, I don't know, but I don't see that with them. Do you understand? Like, if they are done, they are done. They just go divorce, go their ways, or the divorce gets messy and it gets messy, or it ends good, it ends good. That's how the Americans, they do it, from what we see. But when it comes to Nigeria or Africa, we know that when issues start happening in your marriage, the family will sit you down and they will speak to the both of you, uncles, aunties, your parents, if they're still alive, they will sit down. His parents, if they're able to all come together, they will all come together and try to find out what is the problem. That's how it is done in Africa. So I believe when Justin, if Justin had called Korobidi's father, or however Korobidi's father heard about it, Korobidi's father would have tried to talk to Justin and talk to Korra together. And that would have involved all the family members that they involve, because that's why in Nigeria, when you get married, you go through all these steps, where he was even making jokes that he used to make jokes that he got married to his wife with some packs of cigarettes and what Justin didn't even understand. When he said that, he said it was strange. What is strange? It's strange for you because you are an American and there is no culture in America. You people don't have any culture, because you, most of you, don't even know where you come from. You don't have roots. And this is not shade, I'm just pointing out facts. So don't look at what people are doing. For example, you go to Asia, there are things the Asians will do. You are like, what the heck are they even doing? No, it's not what the heck are they doing. It is their culture. It is part of the tradition to do those things. So when you go to Africa and you see these things, don't look at it as strange. It's because you don't have. You don't have. You're living in a land where they've mixed everything together, like a concussion, a pot of concussion. So it is hard to find the roots and find where you're coming from. So when he said that, I was like, this is silly. You don't understand why they asked you for the packet of cigarettes. But if you are someone that you have a culture, or you're coming from a place where you people have culture and traditions, you know that everything represents something. Different tribes in Nigeria will request for different things. One thing that is that I think almost all the tribes will request for, you will find a bag of salt, the salt. And if you know one or two about salt, you know how important salt is. Sugar, biscuits for the little kids, and you share for the community. Drinks, the alcoholic drinks, the non-alcoholic drinks. There are so many things that you're asked to present. The whole community is going to be informed that you're getting married. It is not the US where there is no unity. Somebody is being strangled there and they are walking past. It doesn't work like that. If you scream help, help, everybody runs out to come and see what's going on. So things are done quite different in Africa. But Justin didn't understand, and just like I said, I was making jokes that I got married to my wife with few packets of cigarette and this. That represents something. It's not about that, oh, because cigarettes are cheap. Not that those people cannot afford to buy cigarettes. You were not the one that were giving them the cigarettes they were smoking before you came to marry their daughter. Because in Africa, it's believed that a child belongs to the community as much as the child belongs to you. So, for example, if you're doing something wrong, just because your parents are not there, it doesn't mean that the other people that are older, that are parents, cannot correct you. They will. And when your parents hears about it, your parents will actually say thank you to them, because if you're doing something wrong and your parents are not there to help you, those people will help correct you, telling you, my child, you shouldn't be doing that. So that's why they will always refer to you as my child. It doesn't mean that they are your biological parents. Let's take some comments and we'll go back. So I think it's going to be terrible if she will move to another state and file for full custody. It will be worse for her. Obeng said after Kora paying him 50K, he still wants an apology. Well, and I'm talking about that. He said that people think that he wishes Kora bad, that people don't understand how these things work in the US, that if Kora is not making any money, he will have to pay. Okay, so that people don't understand that he doesn't wish her bad and any whatnot, that it's good that she's making money and and all and whatnot in the 9 yard. So that's how they say it in the US, and the 9 yard. The only 9 yard, not 20 yard. I say it said, I agree. If Justin is not able to stop all this, then he is not a fit parent, and Cora should go for full custody. I say it. This that you are not Benji saying. Let's not look at it from that angle. Let's look at it from the safety angle. If you know, you know. These people, then they that like they are vindictive. They vendetta with these people. Like it inside their DNA. They inside their DNA, and you go trace them back to their root, where all of them, those them, you know what I mean, from their European root, the level of vendetta, in fact, they need to forget, they need to forgive, no matter how they look you. If they don't carry you for mind, if you never go 6 feet, then no go rest. It is what it is. If you know, you know. If you pretend you don't know, that won't concern you. But do you understand? People that understand what I'm saying understand what I'm saying fully. I just cannot say everything here on YouTube. But if you know, you know. If you know, you know. So if Korra will go and file for that, oh Ben, can I say it? God forbid, but on go day here, on go hear. If he gets to that level, this man go do him by himself. I just hope that you people understand what I mean. And for those that don't understand pidgin, I will try my best, because of YouTube, there are certain things that you want to say, but there's just so much this thing. So I'm trying to be careful with my words. So they don't say I've broken any. But what I'm trying to say is, if Cora will file for full custody, Justin will go to any length to make sure that he wins. And when I mean any length, I mean any length. Nothing is out of the way. You understand? Okay? I'll leave it at that. Let's keep reading comment. Cora is his second failed marriage, all in the same pattern. That might be the case, but it still will not be enough reason for the court to give Cora full custody. That's another thing. It is still not enough reason. They won't, even if they are seeing it that there's a pattern here, until they feel like the kids are in danger. That's when they will. And if they feel like it's coming from one of the parents, then the other person might get it. But until then, if he's just this person that is just being a nuisance and doing all of what he's doing now, they will not take that from him. They won't. The court won't. Obeng Dako said, but come to think of it, just after Cora was attacked in the UK, this man began going bananas. It's something he's scared of. Why the why the divisionary tactic? I think there is something eating him up. But Justin has been upset right from the beginning. And Obeng, if you remember, Justin always throws shades every time something happens to Cora. It's good, bad, whatever. Justin has something to say. Kora rent a house. She should have done it this way. She should have gotten a bigger house. He said that she's just being stingy because she has a lot of money. She can afford a bigger and a better place, but she chose that small place, and wanting felt like his children would be suffering because the space was too small. Then Kora Obidi bought the house that she bought. Then I think there were some people that were so excited. They were saying Kora got a mansion, Kora this, Kora this. What did Justin do when Justin heard that some people were screaming that Kora got a mansion, this one, this one? Did he jump on, started analyzing? It has to be this square foot, the other square foot, this one, and now analyzing what she bought. It doesn't matter if it's a hot. She bought it, it's hers. Let her be. So I feel like every time Cora talks about something, Justin will come out. When Cora was planning to release the book, the same thing, Justin came out and was firing. So every single step of the way, he will shade her music, everything. He started even shading the twerking that she was twerking when both of them were in China. But all of a sudden, now that they're no longer together, he feels like it's now tacky, like he said, I'm a doctor, I'm a this, I'm a that. And I told her I'm not going to associate myself with anything that is tacky. I'm not going to associate myself with anything that is going to be embarrassing that a doctor's wife is doing. But if you're going to do it classy and whatnot, I know it's part of your culture. At least that's one thing that Justin said that made sense, that he understood, although he kept referring to it as twerking. And I don't expect him to know what we call that type of dance in Africa, because the different African countries have different names for that type of dancing. But because they've used the word twerking now, that it looks like it's just a common thing, people forget that that's people's traditional thing. But anyway, I just love the fact that he understood that dancing with your waist is actually part of Kora's culture. So he said if she would do it in a classy way, that it is okay. But if she's going to do it in a way that is going to be a hot mess, that is going to be embarrassing, that the doctor's wife is doing that, and he was not going to associate himself with that. Right? So, Chin Chinazza Zion TV, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. Thank you. You are welcome. Obeng said, yes, I understand. Wafa said, point of correction, he's not a doctor, please. But Obeng, that's what he said in his video. That you see, I was telling you people, I said what I'm saying is what I'm quoting Justin did, in not in everything word to word, but I mean that's what he said in that video on Facebook. Go and listen to the last part of the video he just posted. I don't know, maybe he posted another one now that I'm here talking about. The one he did, I think 15 hours ago, how many hours ago he posted that one. Listen to that part of the video. That's when he has gotten to the part where he was talking about their this thing. So he said it, that he encouraged Kora to, he asked her what she loved doing. She said, and she wants to do music and whatnot, but that she's going to give up. And he was the one that encouraged her to start. That she only had, whether I don't know, 14 or 30 something thousand followers on Instagram, and that's all. She didn't have in any other platform. He started building. He said he has editing skills from when he was in high school. So he was editing, filming the videos and all of that. So he said she was doing it in a more reasonable way. It wasn't tacky. She wasn't, exposing herself the way she was doing now. And then it was okay, because that people are asking him that why is it that now that he's no longer married to her, he has an issue, but that then he was even the one that was cheering her on. That he was not only cheering her on, he was the one actually filming and editing those Kora's videos then when she started. That they will go out and film, that sometimes they will have issues in in China, where the police will come and stop them from filming in certain places. So they will have to wake up early. He has to wake up early at 6 a.m. to make plans so they can go out and do those things and then come back. He said a whole lot. So that's when he referred to himself as a doctor, not a chiropractor, as a doctor. He said it severally. If you watch that video, you will hear him. That's why I'm saying it the way he said it. So he said, Obeng said he's not a doctor. He was trained with a chiropractor, and even that person isn't a doctor. Oh, okay. Okay, I think that's what I think. On my last live stream, we had someone from the US. I think her name was Ronem. She was here explaining that, yeah, about how they do it over there in the US. It's quite different from how Nigeria. If you are a doctor, you've been to you've been to university, you've been there for 6 7 years doing your thing. So the doctor is a doctor, except all these other ones that are quite different that we know. But if somebody is a doctor and a Nigerian, know that that person has been to the university and has been there for many years. If a person is a lawyer in Nigeria, that person has been in university for many years. So I was thinking it was that something close, but from what Leon M explained, you're right, Obeng, it's not his own, it's not that type. But he keeps calling himself a doctor, so if it makes him feel better, okay. Ah, so Justin did said that he was the one that encouraged Kora Obidi to continue with her music because he has achieved everything, every goal at that point in his life. Every goal that he has set for himself, he has achieved them. He was living the life. He had good paycheck, lived in good area in China. He just got everything and he didn't want her to turn back. So they were hanging out together, doing Kora Obidi was respecting him, giving him like making him feel like she was priority, making Justin feel like Justin was priority in her life. Like they respect the everything. She listens to him. She would obey him. Like she was just that woman that he would not lie. That then in China, that phase was the best part of his life, that he felt so good and he was so in love with Korra. He was really madly in love with her, that he thought he loved this woman and he was ready to marry her. And then when he talked about moving to the US, Korra now said she cannot move to the US because remember, she has this man back in Nigeria that she has to pay that $500 every time she receives her salary, because she needs to pay up for that money that the person spent in sponsoring her to China. And then he said he now asked her how much was, and it was what, about $4,000 or something like that that was left. He now said he would pay it off, and he paid it off. And then when they started talking about marriage, she too, she was in for it, and she was just doing everything right, and he was really feeling good. So that's why they now went to Nigeria to go get married. And then he talked about the man that Korra took him to go and he said, "Don't you think the attention Korra gave him, he's not getting it again from anywhere?" Absolutely, absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with you, Obeng, because the way Justin explained it, even now that Justin disliked Korra, because I don't want to use that H word. I don't want to say hate because I don't know. I don't like using that word. But even now, but I think that's what he has for her now. Actually, is that HATE? But yeah. But let me just say, let me use dislike that is a bit lighter because of YouTube. So even now that Justin dislikes Korra, you could see when he was describing that, according to that part that he titled as a love bombarding era, you could see that Justin wished that it would have been that way all throughout. And if it was that way, Justin wouldn't have come out online to drag Korra or even think of divorcing Korra. If Korra was still doing every single thing, obeying him, worshiping him, and doing exactly the way he's describing it, that she was love bombarding him and all of that. But I think when Korra started getting more attention from this in online, and she had to put more content that started taking from her time, and maybe she didn't have so much time anymore to do all those things that when she didn't have all these things on, when she just started in China, she didn't have that crowd, because he confirmed it that she only had numbers on YouTube, on Instagram, and she didn't have anywhere else. I don't know how true, but that's what he said. So according to him, from when they moved to the US, from they were China and in the US, things changed, because then it gets to a point where he cannot even find 5 minutes. He cannot find even 5 minutes to, he can, sorry, I'm hearing noises. He cannot even find 5 minutes to even have a conversation with Kora. So things really changed. Kora will not respect him the way Kora used to. He talked about how Kora was out partying, you know. So there's a possibility that he really does miss those China days. And that contributed to why he was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. Because he even talked about how he moved, that he didn't want to live in LA. He moved because of hard things he did for love. That's not the place that he, to him, that is just a place for business. So I don't even think, because that's a whole lot. Let's be frank, as women, as men, as human beings, it is a lot when you have to, the way he described that thing, when you have to do that for someone, it gets to a point where you yourself, you're going to get tired, and you cut down a little bit, and now she now has something she's doing, and this is taking her time, and she's now growing online, and he was helping her to grow according to him. So of course he should have understood that some of this attention, maybe, Oga, can you sit down, let me wash your legs, Oga, can you know, those kind of things. Maybe you give 5 times massage in a day, massaging one in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. You go to his office after he's finished doing his chiropractor thing, you give him a little bit of massage and bring food for him, and then come back home, and when he comes back, water is ready, you know, he takes his shower, you change his clothes, you give him food to eat. As he's eating, you're under the table massaging his feet. It is a lot. That takes a lot. And now she has to also create content online. And if you're a content creator, you know that, yes, you're sacrificing some of the time, but you have to know how to balance it. But it's not going to be 100% the way if you're not a content creator, or if you, when you don't have a job that is that demanding. It's like it's the same thing with like the doctors that they'll be on night shift, they'll be on this. But what do you think those doctors that are on night shift, be it woman or man, their partner that is doing a different type of work, that will always finish their 9 to 5 and then go home, but then their other partner is at the hospital doing their job? Do you think they don't get honey sometimes that they want to get down, but their wife or their husband is not at home, and they have to wait until after the night shift, and when they come back they're already tired, they have other things to do and rest and sleep? So there's always something, there's always sacrifice. But I feel like Justin didn't understand that being that big on Facebook, it's going to take, he will have to sacrifice. When he was editing those videos, if we're working by what he said, when he was editing those videos and putting out those content and telling her how to twerk, that it will not look tacky. So you made her that, you people both planned it, and then people finally started watching her and liking what she's doing, and now you want something else. I don't understand this man. You cannot eat your cake and have it. You just have to find a way to balance the whole thing and not complain all the time, because then you will not start sounding like a broken record. I say it said, the saying is, once you go black, you never go back. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Is what is Justin's problem. He misses Cora's TLC. That's the truth. I don't think like he will be able to find, if he didn't create this whole hot mess. Because now the people that would have been able to do something close to what Korra was doing for him, or even maybe outdo Korra, will not be afraid of him, because this kind of man that acts like a child, I don't understand. Every time you come out, you want to drag your ex, you want to do this, you want to do that. People will not start running away from you. You're only just going to find those people that are desperate. And those desperate people, they don't have your time to be patient enough. Of course, of course, being with an African woman is something that's uh, 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 I can beat my chest and say no other person. You can't match when it comes to taking care of. That is something that they teach you traditionally. You learn it. Except you don't want to do it, though. But it's not that they don't know it. As an African woman, they all know it. Some persons might decide not to, but if you want to pamper, no, I'm saying it with my full chest. Forget it. No other person will match taking care of a man as an African woman, a real African woman that knows her tradition, knows her culture and tradition, and decide to give you a little bit. You can't. You will still miss it. So I think Justin, that's where the pain is coming from, the major pain, because at least he said we cannot say it's the cheating. I'm not saying the cheating didn't pay him. He said she cheated, but he said he knew about one. He still didn't leave, right? So there was something. There was something. This is not even a Kpekus matter. Those of you that understand what Kpekus is, you know what I mean. But this is not even just, it's not only Kpekus matter, okay? And those of you that don't know what Kpekus is, I mean, how do they used to say it in the US again? I forgot. Um, the private part, that's what we're talking about. I'm saying it's not just something that has to do with having intercourse or what, I'm saying it is more than that. You have to do more than that. And I think she did. Cora, when they were in China, Cora really took good care of Justin, and it got into Justin's head. And he was like, OMG. Oh, I say it says Mrs. Cora's TLC, no be lie. Oh, Ben is laughing. You people understand. You know what I'm saying. You know it. You know it, man. All these justice fans, the rest of them, they will not want to understand. Even if they see it glaring, they just pretend. Okay, open say despite Cora's dressing and dancing, she seemed very humble in marriage, because I started watching them prior to Athena's birth. Cora was humble and the man was acting so cold towards her. Aha. But now he's saying that she was the one pampering him in China and then later did not pamper him. So I don't even know which one that Justin is saying. So Justin said at the point he was almost begging for Cora's 5 minutes, that he would tell her, okay, I'm not saying you should give me all day. I know that you have to create your content. I know you have to do all these things, but I'm saying even if it's 5 minutes, I need your undivided attention. All of these things we're discussing is all the videos he posted, though. He said even a lot that I've not even mentioned, and I think maybe later we'll come in and discuss, because this is 10. I have to go and do some stuff, and I will come back. And Justin is still talking, and there's so much he said already in his part 4, a bit part 5 videos he already done. So he said he was asking, and even that Korra will now say that he's nagging and this one and that one. That is it wrong for a man to demand for or ask for 5 or 10 minutes of the wife's undivided attention, where no devices, not talking to people online or whatnot, just have a conversation, let him be able to tell her how his day went. Let her tell him what she did, how her own day went. Let them just talk as partners, as a couple. But even that he could not get. That Cora behavior, everything was totally different. Cora would party. He would that sometimes he doesn't even know what his wife is doing until he goes online. That's where he will see his wife partying, dancing, twerking on men in clubs or whatnot, wherever she's going, that she really did change. So he said, so people were asking him some questions there, and sometimes he would touch down on something and tell them to wait until when he gets to that part. Then they will hear the full story, that he's not going to hold back. They should also know that he will drag himself. He will bash himself for all the things he did wrong, but he will not hold back. He will say everything. He now talked about how Korra disrespected him, that he didn't even know that until Korra published her book. That although when he saw the book, he remembered the incident that Korra was talking about, when Korra said somebody that was a rich merchant that wanted her to licking Nash, but that's not exactly how Korra said it in that book. I have someone that bought the book because I didn't buy that book. I have someone that bought the book, so I can actually get the person to screenshot that part and send it to us, and we can read it. So he said that he remember going to visit that person, but the way Korra talked about the person was different from what he is seeing in Korra's book. How disrespectful it is for you to go take your husband to go visit someone for a wedding gift, because that's what Korra told him, that she was going to collect a wedding gift from this person. So they went to visit the man, and only for him, fast forward now that Korra released her book, he's finding out that that was the man that was pimping Korra out. Justin really said a lot. He just focused on that part, and I was like, why is it that in the whole things that Korra wrote in this book, at the beginning of you telling this story, you've already started bringing out all those things that Korra wrote in the book? Isn't that supposed to happen when you've gotten to the part 20 of your series where you're talking about the divorce and all of that? Because it's the divorce that led to Korra writing that book. But already you can see from the way he titled that video that I just told you people there, how what he was trying to do. So he read from the book, according to him, that he was going to quote her word for word. So he read from the book, and he also made another statement where I think he was talking about Korra's father, when she was sleeping in the night, he would come into the room to kill mosquitoes. And he said people that he didn't know that Korra will always talk about that, but he didn't understand what Korra meant, but that later on, from some of his Nigerian friends, or people that understand pidgin English, were now telling him that coming killing mosquitoes meant that it's actually an um, inappropriate behavior. Inside my mind, killing mosquitoes can mean so many things. I don't know where this man is going with this story now. Like, don't go and say the one that maybe that's not what she meant in her book. You now go and start accusing people for something that will land you in court. I don't know, but I feel like Justin is talking a whole lot. But he said he's not stopping. We're not going to plead with him to stop, because I feel like if people beg him to stop, it's going to make the situation worse, because it will not be like he has something to fire. Okay, so Obeng Dakor said, after years of divorce, still he has something to say. Why not leave the babe alone and focus on his new babe? It's about time Cora find a new love. Hope that will be the solution. No, that will make the situation worse, because if he's giving you this description in detail of how the China movement, let's call it that China movement, that China runs, was the best. Don't you know what I mean? For someone to say the best moments in the person's life, there is no way this man is going to let go, because if she now finds someone, he will now be in his room when he's alone, maybe when his present girlfriend has gone to work, or I think they said she's a model or something, she's going for a modeling thing and whatnot, and he's alone, he has dropped off these kids in school, he's home alone. He will not be thinking, ah, so this man will not be enjoying all those things that I was enjoying in China. The thing will not pain him. He will now go on live stream and start another series of dragons. And since he's dating a model, models that can travel, today you have a job here, tomorrow you have another one there. You're like, when is the time that that model will have to settle down and start taking care of you, massaging your back, washing your feet, cleaning your nyash when you shit? Who have that time? She won't. She won't. So it's quite. It's going to be a huge difference. Even though if she's, I don't even know if she's a person of color. Actually, I don't know if she's black, or if she's a African or a Nigerian or what. I don't know. his present girlfriend. But I feel like there's a whole lot. So you guys, I've been talking for an hour 33 minutes. Let me leave you people. There's so much more to discuss. Justin Dean is still publishing. He said it's going to be a 20 series. Even this particular 5 videos that we've watched, I have not even said everything. So I think, because I want to talk about a little bit about Korra's listening, and then talk about Korra, the Thanksgiving and whatnot, and also have the conversation a bit about this. But time for me to step out, and I will come back and we will sit down and really break down on this, because I believe probably by the time I will go out, finish whatever I want to do, I don't know if maybe in the evening or in the night, I don't know exactly when, or late in the afternoon, if I'm able to come back and do this live stream. I don't know if by then he would have released another video. So if he has, I will check on before I go live again. I will check, and then if he has, I will listen to it, and then we will come in and we'll have this conversation. Okay, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Obeng Dako, thank you so very much for coming in and giving us your opinion about this whole thing. Thank you. I say it. Thank you, all my silent watchers. Thank you, China Zazion TV. Who else was here that commented? Okay, so that's it. I see we're about 19 persons here discussing this. So you please, if you have not subscribed yet, subscribe and turn on the notification. I'm streaming with StreamYard because this is morning. That's why I didn't drop my link, but I always drop my link. So please subscribe if you enjoy uh analysis, how we dissect and analyze over here. Subscribe, turn on notifications so you will not miss the next live stream that we will be discussing, because this story is one that keeps giving, and it doesn't seem like Justin Dean is backing down anytime soon. So that's that on for that. And also the Kora Obidi's case, I believe the British government is also investigating. So we will wait for Kora to bring more information, and we will keep you people updated about if they've caught the person that did that, that carried out the attack on Kora when she was in the UK. We would keep you updated on that, and we will also, now that Justin wants to also join the trend, because that's what I see. Kora is now trending. TMZ and the rest of them all over home and abroad picked up Kora Obidi's case attack in the UK and spoke about it. So, of course, Justin Dean wants to also share from the revenue. As a content creator, we all understand that a lot of contents about are out there about this Kora's attack. So I think he chose this moment that she's trending and she has even bigger audience paying attention to Kora now, to share his own part of the story. That's why he has come up with this 20-part series of talking and telling his own side of the story according to him, so that people can leave him alone. That it's even silly for people to think that he's behind this attack that was carried out on Kora. That if Kora does not have income, it's going to affect him because he will need to pay for child support. But as far as she has income coming in, he doesn't need to. So there's no reason it would be silly for him to even try to do anything that would jeopardize her job, or for her that would jeopardize anything that relates to her making an income. So people are not thinking straight for even thinking that. That's how his words. So there's so much to be discussed. I will see you guys later in the afternoon. I'm saying afternoon, but I don't know. This is 11 a.m. my time now. Let me quickly dash out and do some stuff that I have to do out, and then I will be back home, and then we would sit down and keep analyzing and dissecting. When I come back later, please get ready, get ready. Those of you that you're not afraid to jump on links and drop your 2 cents with StreamYard, you're able to come in, and if you don't want to show your face, you don't show your face, and you just come in and tell us what you think about this whole situation or what you know about this case. Let's keep it interactive and keep a date with us. Thank you so very much. Bye, everyone. I will see you all later. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Thank you also very much for taking us to 2K. All right, from our last live stream, I was saying that we needed 2 persons to get us to 2K, and yes, you did it. Thank you so very much for subscribing. Please keep subscribing, turn on your notification, and join the family. Let's dissect. This is Entertainment Daily with OK, and I am your host, Octavia Kora, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you very much, and bye for now.